In this worksheet, we're going to be working on multiplication and division of rational numbers, which will be our decimals, our integers, and our fractions. So remember, some of our targets here is, can you multiply integers and decimals, and can you multiply integers and fractions? So let's just keep that in mind when we're doing this. So the basic rules that you need to worry about are the rules are exactly the same for multiplication and division of integers or decimals and for fractions. You just have to take into mind the rules of integers. So we know that when the signs are the same and we're multiplying, we're going to get a positive number. Here, the signs are both positive, so you're going to get a positive answer. Here, you're going to get a positive answer because the signs are both the same. And on situations like this, the signs are different, so you're going to get a negative answer. So essentially, when you're dealing with positive negative numbers and you're multiplying and dividing, if they're opposites, you're going to get a negative answer, and if they're the same, you're going to get positive answer. Now again, this only applies to multiplication and division. It does not apply to adding and subtracting. Those are separate rules. So let's look at some examples like number 6. We'll do a fraction one. We'll do the first one, 5 over 2 multiplied by negative 3 over 4. The rule says the signs are different. My answer will be a negative then. And I multiply numerator by numerator and I get 15. Denominator by denominator, I get 8. And I can't leave it like that, so I need to leave it as a mixed number. I get a negative 1. And there'd be 7 left over out of 8, and that's a reduced number, and you're done. They're all the same like this, so again, this answer here, a negative and negative when you're multiplying, will give you a positive answer. Remember, this does not apply to adding and subtracting. It only applies to multiplication and division. Try not to mix those rules up. So here, I multiply the tops, I get 4. I multiply the denominators, I get 10. They're both positive, so therefore my answer is a positive answer. And I can start reducing by dividing by 2. Greatest common factor there. And my answer will be a positive 2 over 5. Okay, so hopefully that helps. It's a short video today. And the word prompt, exact same thing. You're going to be multiplying. So here, if they change by a negative $2.50 per share, and you have 50 shares, that is $2.10 multiplied by 50. Your answer will be a negative, because you owe money. So a negative, whatever you get from 50 times $2.10. So now we're on the back side. And again, the rules are the same. When we're finding the product, the signs are the same, we get a positive answer. So now you're going to you do not have to line up the decimals, not with multiplication. Okay, so then we'll just do one simple one. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 2 is 4. We put a place value where the 0 goes. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. We add these up. And now we count decimal places. There's 1 decimal place there, 1 decimal place there. Therefore, we get 2 decimal places. 1, 2. And my answer is 104 decimal 52. And because they're both a negative and negative, my answer will be a positive answer. Number 12. When you're dealing with mixed numbers, you're always going to want to convert those into improper fractions. So let's do that. To do that, we say negative 4 and 2/5 times plus. Don't make the mistake of doing 5 times negative 4 plus 2. You don't want to do that. The answer is going to be a negative number, and then you just do fractions normally. 5 times 4 plus 2 is 22 over 5. If you did it the other way, you'd go 5 times 4 is negative 20. Negative 20 plus 2 is 18. Negative 18, and that's going to change your answer. So be very careful. The rules for changing a mixed number to an improper fraction doesn't change because of positive and negative numbers. We just bring that negative sign out in front. Okay, so that's this one here, and then we're going to multiply this by negative 5 over 3. A negative and a negative will give me a positive answer. I multiply the tops to get 110. I multiply the bottom to get 115. Sorry about the mess. And then my answer will be a positive, whatever I get when I convert that back to a mixed number, which you'll have to do. So hopefully that video helps a bit. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I'll do one of these word problems too. Let's do number 10. A diver descends. Let me just erase all this first. A diver descends. Okay, so that's a negative number. So they're dropping at a negative 10.4 meters for every minute, and they drop for an average of 3.6 minutes. Okay, how far did they drop? Positive and a negative will give me a negative answer because they're descending, so that makes sense. And then you're just going to multiply through. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 0 is 0. Sorry, 2. We carried the 2 there. 6 times 1 is 6. Put the 0. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1. And then 3 times 3. I have 1 2 decimal places. So 1 2 decimal places. And my answer will be a negative 37.44. So this person dropped 37.44 meters in 3.6 minutes. So remember, when you're doing this worksheet, you're looking for a couple key targets. The targets are, can you multiply integers and decimals, and can you multiply integers and fractions, and can you do it consistently? So be careful, watch the simple math, make sure you're adding and subtracting correctly, make sure you're multiplying and dividing correctly, and make sure you're using your rules of integers correctly. I hope that helped.